Are you ready?
Wally has played George Michael again on Sports Chat with Neil and Wally. Use the word jetapult. It's actually a word people don't realize. Hey, little curveball. Got my fingers on the seams right there. This is Dog Days of Summer. Dog Days of Summer.
What is that?
Beat up Bulldog Johnny stole his belt and put it on. Roll call. A spidget.
A spidget.
Oh, baby. Hey, burning down the house. Oh, man, that is Talking Heads, man.
Heads. What you going back through Rush?
What are you talking about, man?
You got on your
SAE, man.
Fraternity shirt?
Yes, sir. Hey, we're back on camp. Hey, Nate, I'm going to turn around, take a good close-up of this bad boy. Can you see it good? SAE back in
on campus.
On campus again, man. Got a little alumni house. It's real nice, man.
It's cool, man.
Very nice, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got your Rush shirt on.
Ordered it. David Ames helped put together the shirts, and man, it's real nice. I love it. Feels good.
Yeah, it's a comfort color.
Yeah, it ain't a Wally folk art, but it's that's normally what I would normally wear.
I love a comfort color.
Oh, comfort color. You can't beat a comfort color, buddy. Hey, Deep South Apparel, which is one of our sponsors.
Yep.
They the kings of comfort color.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. Pete Van Horn and Company.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Up there. Well, hey, welcome to the September 25th edition of the Sports Chat with Neil and Wally. And as always, thank you for turning the channel to watch us tonight.
Yeah.
And you could be watching something else, but hey, you're watching us. We appreciate it, man. Man, it's been a great weekend. Everyone around the area that was supposed to win did. Troy wins, Charles Henderson wins, Goshen won, Pike County won, Auburn won, Alabama won. Heck fire, man. What else could you ask for?
You got that right, brother. It always makes it a little more fun when you win. We called the Charles Henderson game, of course, on Thursday night, and that was a great game. It was always fun to get back to Orange Beach at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, my goodness, I was tired.
But it was a 14-14 at half before the depth of the Trojans warmed down, brother. And one you didn't mention, man.
What's that?
The Brantley versus Highland home game, dude, man. Wow, Neil, that was probably, they said, one of the best games in a long time in Crenshaw County. Highland won 28-27, brother.
1 point game, man. You're right. And both of those teams they're local, but somebody had to lose and that. But, man, if we're going to reach out that far, Crenshaw Christian won. Laverne won. We'll get to all that, though, in another segment.
Yeah.
Sports Chat with Neil and Wally. You're on the line.
We're going to take Carlton Marshall's helmet to the Smithsonian. What's happening?
Did you see that, man?
I did. Hey, leading tackler in the Sun Belt. That's really something special.
Yeah, it is.
You got the chrome paint was cracked off the side of it. He made so many tackles.
Man, that was amazing.
Really was. How you doing this week, Bulldog?
Doing good. After what you would say, a weird type of Friday night atmosphere. Friday night died down at Headland. If you think about it, it was a weird type atmosphere. Even though we did win, but it was still weird.
Recap the touchdowns for Pike County real quick.
Well, we decided we'd get the ball on defense first and go out on defense first, and we got a key interception on the first drive that set us up for our first score when Nemo barreled in from 10 yards out for a touchdown.
All right.
Then some real crazy stuff started happening. Let me tell you what happened.
That's what I wanted to hear.
The second quarter, right before halftime, check this out. Headland's driving, and they get down into the 3-yard line.
Yep.
And on a 4th and goal at the 3-yard line, they run a tight set with their tight end number 84 that's supposed to be one of their key go-to guys. Now, the play clock hits 0, which means delay a game penalty. The referee never throws the flag. We stop. They throw a little quick pass for a touchdown.
Okay. I was talking about recapping the Pike County touchdown, not Headland.
So that's how we go down at the half 7-6. We missed
All right.
We missed all of our extra points and missed one field goal, but that field goal was almost good. It was to the wide to the right, about an inch or two past the post to the right on that field goal. So
Okay.
It didn't hit the top of the field goal like the Missouri guy.
yeah, it was something like that, but it was kicked. But instead of it curving to the right like his did, ours just went straight right.
I got you.
On the ensuing punt, when Headland punts to us now, it goes down. Everybody thinks it was a fair catch, but I was up in the booth area with some of the other assistant coaches, and from my vantage point, the ball bounces on the ground in front of the Headland guy, and it hits him in the chest, and we grab it. So while we grab it, their Headland guys are standing there thinking it's a dead ball. He pitches it to Ian. Ian says, throw it to me. He throws it to Ian, and Ian runs around the left side for a touchdown.
Didn't y'all have 2 special teams touchdowns, though?
And then after they go down and score again, they kick it to Ian Foster, and he dropped it. Initially, when he run up to catch it, he dropped it, but he picked it up and run it all the way back for a touchdown then.
So Pike County scored 2 special teams touchdowns.
Wow.
In the fourth quarter at that.
That's right. That's pretty special, man. Who we got this week?
We go down to Gamecock country to play a winless New Brockton team this week, which is
They could be dangerous, though.
Which we can't overlook a winless team, because a winless team is just as good as an undefeated team, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because a winless team really wants to spoil everything for everybody.
That's a lot to be said for that. That's exactly right. Man,
But if we go out and execute better than what we did Friday night, we should be fine.
Okay. All right, then. Well, definitely y'all have the superior athletes on the field, I believe. And that showed last Friday night in all the special teams actions. And just get those athletes ready to get them ramped up again, and y'all should be okay in the Brockton.
Yeah, we should be. Hopefully we'll go out there and pull it off. The only toughest game that we've got probably left is the one at home with Houston Academy, the last game, because they're still undefeated, and they play Strawn this week down there in Dothan, and I don't think that's going to be easy for Strawn as people think it might.
Yeah,
be.
me and Neil, we're going to put that on our pick game.
Speaking of pick games, Johnny, I'm kind of worried about you picking, man. Normally by this time of the year, you've already won a pizza. What's going on here?
I thought for sure I would have won it last week, but a lot of people just. There was some of them games that I thought were winnable games, but then when you go back and look at them, they really were not. They really didn't impress me none.
Well, there were some tough picks this week. So.
Real tough ones, but like I said, you got to give them credit. Oh, and by the way, before I hang up with you guys, I wanted to congratulate our band. I don't know if y'all seen what I sent y'all earlier to post on y'all's sports chat page. Even though people don't consider band as actually being a sport, it is a sport if you think about it. They went down and won some high awards yesterday down at the band competition down at Rehoboth.
Man, that's awesome.
Get them a bell ring.
I'll look at that and see if we can get it posted for you.
All right, well,
Johnny,
listening to y'all on Friday nights, and hopefully this week I'm not gonna say I'll win one, but I maybe my luck will change and I'll win one, and I'll win the pizza the week of the Catholic Andalusia game, hopefully.
All right, man. Well, you have a great week, okay?
I sure will. And Neil Harson survives another week.
He survived another week by a fluke touchdown. Thank you, Johnny.
All right,
have a good
Bulldog.
one, buddy. Talk to you later.
Always,
Johnny
always the best.
Always good.
Well, hey, you were talking about the covering, the Crenshaw teams, which you just mentioned. But hey, let's jump over to the Veteran Memorial Stadium, man. What about that crowd the other night, man? Good gracious.
Look at that. Wow.
I know you got to think that the big crowd helped the home field advantage,
Got
man.
to.
I mean,
Got
Troy
to.
upsetting Marshall, and hey, Vegas said Marshall 3 points favorite, and you get 3 points.
I reckon they learned their lesson.
Yeah,
didn't
you
they?
better believe it, buddy.
It was a good crowd, man, and you and I weren't able to attend. Our jobs
Yeah.
and we were out of town at a conference. And but we'll be back in the swing for the home games coming up soon. But we were out of town this week, so we had to listen to it on the John and Barry Brock on the on the Troy broadcast, but it was
Broadcast.
good. It was a good deal. But we'll be back.
Yeah, speaking of conference, I know you're tired because I am. Glad to be home a few days. Buddy, I was down at R&B since Monday
I'm wore out, man.
and got back. I had 2 conferences going on, man.
I
One
know.
for y'all.
I didn't have but one going on, and I'm tired, so I can.
Hey,
imagine.
and congratulations. Aren't you about to be the VP?
I am the VP.
Man, my buddy Neil, Vice President of Alabama Municipal Courts Association. This is a big association.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Probably over 700-800 members of it. So congratulations, man. Y'all got a great board, by the way.
Thank
you and Susan and Ken and
Yeah.
and the crew. And
We do.
glad
It's a hard
to
working board.
Glad to eat with Ken the other night.
Yep.
Did you eat with me? Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
You
I
ate
see.
with him. Yeah.
Yep,
But anyway, congratulations on that. It's
I
always
appreciate
good to,
that.
to
I
have
appreciate that.
a good friend in high places, folks.
I don't know
Really
about
is,
that,
man.
but yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Oh, well.
Man, there's been some special stuff going on this last week, and first, Johnny Bulldog already hit on it. Troy's great linebacker Carlton Marshall became the all-time leading tackler in the Sun Belt Conference, and you see that photo right there? That is the actual tackle of him breaking the Sun Belt record right there. That broke the
Wow.
record right there.
You know what, Neil? If they would not get in trouble with NCAA, he would have been the Pizza Player of the Week, man. That
Yep.
mug was all over the
Tell you
place,
what,
man.
man.
Unbelievable. He had 71. He is only 71 tackles. Listen to this, folks. 71 tackles
That's right.
from being the all-time leading tackler in all of college football.
Wow.
Neil, this is an attainable goal.
I think it is, too.
And he had 14 tackles yesterday, and he could do it again. To say it's going to, and I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
When it does, I don't know. Troy's going to get some real heavy press for it, which is good. It will be a good day for Troy and Carlton Marshall when the breaks.
It'll be a huge day for Troy and Carlton Marshall.
Man, and Troy, in the last couple of weeks, has had a lot of love, man.
telling
Game
you.
day up at App State,
Think about it.
the tip, Hail Mary. I mean,
Every news source that covers college football will have a story on Carlton Marshall, the linebacker at Troy that now is the leading tackler in all of college football.
you think he'll go
Yeah.
pro, you think?
Well,
Yeah.
his speed and size is he'll have to walk. He'll probably have to be a free agent
Yeah.
and prove himself to make the team, and he can do that.
Who would not want him,
know,
man?
man. I know,
Good
man.
gracious.
There's some other special stuff going on too, Wally, in Major League Baseball. Albert Pujols has now hit 700 home runs. He is an official member of the 700 Club. There he is right there, Wally. He stands beside Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, and Hank Aaron. I mean, that is incredible. We've seen him with our own eyes.
2 legit and then 2 drug heads.
Okay.
That's the way I
Yeah, okay. Who's the Barry Bonds and
Albert.
you think Albert drughead?
Well, not a drug head. Let me take that back. That
A juicer.
a juicer is what
Okay.
I'm trying to say.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he's passing the drug test from what I'm reading.
Years ago, though.
Oh, years. Okay. Yeah.
All right. And same with Major League Baseball and the special things going on right now. Aaron Judd, man, is he still at 60 or something? I mean, I remember the other
he
day.
is, he is.
He was at 60. I was watching a football game the other night. I don't know what night it was
There
on.
it is, right there.
Yeah.
They broke in.
Broke in.
Do a split screen.
Split screen.
Trying to watch Tennessee and who was it? Wake Forest and Clemson.
No, I was watching Tennessee, I think,
Tennessee and Florida.
in Florida.
Yeah.
When they were doing that. And I was like, come on, man. I think he struck out the first time. I mean, I'm dyslexic, so I can't see both.
But it's something special though. I mean, he's one home run away from tying Roger Maris.
Well, but with his next home run for single season record, I mean, come on, now you know they don't really count Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire. They're all
They're all
juiced up.
juicers.
So they are really, truly not in that category.
Well, you got some folks. There you go, right there. You got some folks. They don't care that they were juiced, and they want them recognized. And not me. I don't want them recognized because this is the way sensible Neil thinks about it. How many of their pop-ups went over the fence and got counted as a home run because they were juiced, and the fake muscle made the pop-up go a few feet over the fence instead of flying out to the warning track. They were juiced up and had fake muscle, so they were stronger than all the normal guys, How many balls would have fell at the warning tracks that went over the fence? We'll never know.
I'm going to tell you something.
We'll
I
never
saw with my own eyes.
Yep.
I'm down in Miami at a drug court conference years and years ago. Called my buddy Brian Meadows to get tickets to. They were playing St. Louis.
Okay.
Well, Brian wasn't pitching that night, but I got to see Mark McGuire. Folks, he hit the top of Pro Player Stadium light.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unheard.
He was juiced.
Dude, that was unheard of, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that with
Right.
my own brown eyes.
And you know, and the argument is, Neil, wait. You got to have hand-eye coordination. You got to have bat launch angle. These guys had all that. They were able to hit 100-mile-an-hour fastballs when nobody else could. They were being walked a big percentage of the time. So I understand all that. Yes, you got to have the bat launch angle.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to have the hand-eye coordination. And yes, they were all walked a lot of times. But what about those pop-ups that barely fell over the fence?
You're right.
You cannot discount them, Wally.
I
mean, you just don't know how many there were. Just don't know how many there were, man.
And I heard you say that Auburn, did they lose or win? Did they won?
They won.
They won. No,
They won.
I cut the TV off when the
Well-
guy ran the touchdown
Well,
in overtime.
I wouldn't say they won. I'd just say they didn't lose. How about that? They didn't lose.
So the guy that ran the touchdown in overtime, they didn't give it to him?
Yeah, no, he fumbled it through the end zone, man. It's so hard to watch.
Man, God bless him,
Auburn's
man.
just hard to watch, you know. And to answer your question, I don't think they won. They just didn't lose.
Didn't lose, I know.
And the poor running back from Missouri, oh my goodness, fumbled the ball through the end zone. He was about to score the winning touchdown for Missouri, and he fumbles. Look at there, fumbles it in the end zone. Auburn grabs it and jumps on it, and it's a touchback. So, did Auburn really win the game, or did they just not lose? They got the W. Okay, Auburn got the W. But I tell you what, Wally, Auburn's 3-1 on the year, and the fans are bracing for a deluge of losses that are coming real soon. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling.
All right,
man.
partner, will Coach Harsin make it? Be honest.
My gracious. The media's already fired him.
Yeah, I think they have.
Hey, look, the media outlets, they've already canned him. He's gone. But you can't always go off what the media says, and especially at Auburn, they'll go the other way. Auburn athletic department will go the other way than the media in a heartbeat. But time will tell. Time will tell. Heck, Georgia Tech fired their coach an hour ago. So, Arizona State fired their coach last week. I mean, it ain't nothing for these colleges to axe these coaches in the middle of the season anymore.
Well, don't they have LSU next week?
They do.
Hey, but listen, this is what Coach Harsin needs to do when he goes to the media.
Okay.
Listen to that, folks.
You heard of this thing, the 8-minute abs?
Yeah, sure, 8-minute abs.
8-minute abs.
Exercise video.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is going to blow that right out of the water. Listen to this. 7-minute abs.
Abs. All right.
That's what he needs
That's
to
what he
do
needs
when
to
he
tell 'em.
gets
All
up
right, I
there.
got you,
Okay.
man, I got you.
All right. Hey, tell everybody who our sponsors are, Neil.
Hey, the Old Barn Restaurant in Goshen, the Pig Cafe, Hook's Barbecue, Troy Eye Care, Glow Boutique, Piggly Wiggly's in Troy, Turner Mowing, Deep South Apparel, the UPS Store, Road Mart, Jones Medical Supply, the Alabama Real Estate Connection, Severo, Ralph Baker, Hastings and Reeves, Southern Grill and Patio, Bill Jackson Ford and Chevy, Tyler Transport Trucking, Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, Crow's Chicken of Brundage, Eddie Billings Dentistry in Laverne, Max Credit Union, Stone Cold Heating and Cooling, Sorrell College of Business, The Crease Agency, All-Star Collision, Preston Steakhouse, Alabama Restoration, and Firehouse Subs. Hey, we got a good show planned for you. Hang around, folks. We'll be right back.
Mr. Neal, is this the crazy guy that does the sports show with you?
Yes, it is. Wally, what are you doing up here at Globe? How long has he been up here?
He's been up here for like an hour, and he hasn't moved, and he's scaring all the customers.
Wally, I know you said you were going to Glow to get Holly a birthday present, but you're taking this a little bit to extremes, don't you think? Acting like a mannequin? We're going to have to call the law. Come to Glow for all your needs up on the square. Glow Boutique. 3, 2. Man, what kind of call is that? Are you kidding me? The ball bounced in front of the plate.
Hey, he's out of there, baby.
What in the world? You can't see nothing. I'm over here. I'm over here. What? The ball
right down
bounced
the
in
middle.
front of the plate. Man, he needs to go to Troy Eye Care, 566-7172, and get those eyes checked immediately.
Oh, man.
Wally, what are you doing at the UPS store?
My printer is jammed, man. I got to do 2,000 copies for the Penske file.
Well, why even worry with that little bitty printer and print one at a time, man? You're gonna run out of ink. Look, UPS store does mass printing. They can print 2,000 or 3,000 copies, cheap, fast, and efficient. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, why even mess with it? Come to the UPS store on Brothers Street. UPS store, all your printing needs.
Man, did you see the size of that crowd, man? Man, the Pompadour's that big down here, dude.
I don't know what it is, man. It must be these shirts.
Oh, yeah.
They like these shirts, man. Deep South Apparel, Pete Van Horn, and Montgomery.
And heck yeah, man, they even go good, even salt water they can
Salt water fishing. Deep South Apparel in Montgomery. Call Pete Van Horn. Man, I'm out here at Firehouse Subs in Troy, and I ordered me a sandwich on my app. Best sandwiches in town. Firehouse Subs, Troy, Alabama. Wally, what are you doing? What are you doing up here at Firehouse?
Bill, they said for a fireman get free subs, man.
They don't get free subs. Firemen get discounts.
Oh, discounts.
But they know you're not a fireman.
Yeah.
Come on, I ordered on my app. It was super easy. I'll pay for yours. Come on in. What are you doing with the hose? What are you doing with the hose? So nice. Welcome to Firehouse in Troy. Come see them. Best subs in town.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick. Find it in your Max app.
Hey, Wally. Why in the world you got all these fans in the window, man?
Man, I was cooking a mess of chitlins and about burned my house down, man. My whole house smells like chitlins.
What is it, smoky in there?
Yes.
And
These fans are going to help, I think.
The fans are not going to get the smoke damage out of your kitchen. You're going to have to call Alabama Restoration, 371-5591. Alabama Restoration. No mess is too big, especially not a little smoke damage in Wally's kitchen cooking his chitlins. Call them at Alabama Restoration. Real music. Bee Gees, baby.
Man, back when my mom and dad used to take me to the skating rink, baby.
That's right. Hilton.
Nah, mom and dad used to take me to the Babaloos down in Dothan. That's
Okay.
when we lived down there, man.
Well, we had
My
the Hilton.
mama used to skate real good.
We had the
Man.
Hilton here in
Had the Hilton.
Pike-
But and we
Pike
moved
County.
here in 80, I don't know, Dad, when we moved, 80, 81, we started
Yeah.
coming here. Yeah.
Hey, it's time for the Facebook funnies. Oh, Nate. I dusted once. It came back. I ain't falling for that again.
That's good.
Don't understand why electricians aren't called Power Rangers, but okay. Rare photo remote control from the 1970s.
That was me there,
That was me too, man. That was me too.
That's a good one there, man. I always love our Facebook funnies.
Hey,
Well, hey, man,
hey.
we had some big college offers this week by
Did.
local athletes. Charles
Yep.
Henderson, Zion Grady picked up an offer that has been waiting on. Nick Saban, brother. Nick Saban, the Crimson Tide, reached out to him and has officially offered him a full ride to come to the Crimson Tide. Neil, you got to think Zion's going to end up going to Alabama in the end, but I always hear he's a big Auburn guy.
I don't know,
You
man.
know?
That's a big one right there. That's a big one, and I think he'll probably commit soon. He's got enough offers now.
God, he's just a sophomore, though, man.
I know
Good
it, but he
gracious.
can commit. He can commit. You don't have to be junior or senior to commit. If he wants the recruiting to be over, he can commit. I mean, and it really won't end the recruiting, but if he wants to, I think he'll commit soon. I really do.
I never got an offer from Alabama.
You did. You didn't. Hey, Pike Liberal Arts had some players visiting some
right.
different campuses yesterday. The Bradford brothers, Casey and Dawson, visited Auburn, and Cade Renfro was at West Florida, and Corey Jones is at Huntington. Nice to see those kids getting to get out and visit the campuses.
Heck yeah, exactly. C.J. Mate from Highland Home got a huge offer from Tennessee yesterday.
That was a big one.
And,
was a big
man,
game
it
out there.
is time to start calling some of these kids' names. So, man, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm ready.
St. James at Charles Henderson. Hey, man, they came in ranked 3rd in the state, but we handed them a huge loss, brother.
Did.
Charles Henderson had a total of 290 yards, 186 yards on the ground, while St. James totaled 288 yards coming from the air. Zach Coleman and Antonio Frazier were the leading players rushing for Charles Henderson. Coleman rushed 77 yards and 2 touchdowns on 13 carries, while Frazier rushed 64 on 10 carries. Parker Adams, he also, man, he did a lot of rushing too.
He ran the ball good. Yeah.
Man, I wanted to tell Parker, man, you need to slide, man. He just goes in there like Ken Stabler, brother. 42 yards, and he also had a touchdown. And while he was throwing 104 yards on 8 of 14, Boyd caught 2 passes for 49, and Stephon Mosley had 2 catches for 50. Boyd did return 1 punt for 45 yards and a touchdown, while Coleman returned a kickoff for 38. Zion Grady, who we talked about a while ago, he had 12 tackles, 4 tackles for losses. Linebacker Damian Hart also had 9 tackles, and Zamir Caffey totaled 3 tackles, a sack, a total for a loss, and a quarterback hurry. And both him, Damian, and Zamir, boy, they were all over that place, man. They had a good game, dude.
Really, really.
Good game. All right, Highland Home 28, Brantley 27, and a battle of state-ranked teams. Class 2A, number 2 Highland
Battle
Home
of Crenshaw County.
against number 4 Brantley. 28-27. Brantley was led by Jaden Parks with 195 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. And by Keldrick Brown with 2 touchdowns rushing. Jordan Parks had 46-yard touchdown reception. And defensively, Neil, Elijah McGee, he had 7 tackles. All right, our buddies down.
Before you leave that game, I think it's prudent to say, Wally, we listened to that last drive, me and you. In the
We
vehicle,
sure did.
And Highland Home got that ball, they said, with like 6 or 7 minutes left in the game,
Yep.
with a 1-point lead, and drove dang near the length of the field on the ground, killing the clock, and actually ran the clock out to end the game. Brantley could not get the ball back. That is big time when you get the ball with 5 or 7 minutes left in the game, and you got a 1-point lead, and you just kill the whole clock. You say, we're fixing to run it and run it and run it and run it, and you're not getting the ball back. That's a big time drive.
Heck yeah. Unbelievable.
I just want to get that.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it. Well, Dale County, 26. This was a shocker. Beat GW Long.
Upset.
LaKendrick Jordan rushed for 131 yards on 20 carries with a touchdown. And he also had an interception return for a touchdown. So, they ain't beat them in a long time.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
been a
was
long
cool.
time.
Elba 40, Provident Christian 7. Not really much there. I mean, Alvin Henderson, who we talked about, exploded for 4.
Outmatched.
4 long touchdowns at the Class 1A top-ranked Tigers. They're 5-0. Neil, his touchdown score yards are 46, 75, 38, and 26. I mean, you can't stop that kid, man. All right, Ayrton, 28, Strong, 14. That was
a good game.
A gully buster, too, buddy. Jordan Smith had a big night carrying the ball 29 times. 458 yards and 3 touchdowns, and leading the Ayrton to victory. CCA came out with a big win, buddy. Braden Moore, who was our player of the week last week, he was 7 for 12 for 190 yards.
Reckon he ate that pizza?
I think he already has, or Dr. Billings took it from him. 2 TDs and 1 rushing TD. Ashton Ackerman, 2 catches for 92 yards and 1 block punt. Jake Brody, 2 catches for 74 yards and 1 TD plus 7 tackles. Coleman Owen, he had 10 tackles. So overall, CCA total rushing 215, passing 190 to a grand total of 405 total yards.
Crenshaw Christians lost 1 game, right?
They've lost 1 game.
One game.
Chambers
is their only loss of the year, so they are 4-1.
Yep, 4-1.
I got you.
Hey, and our buddies down in Daleville, 3 in a row, brother, beat Barber County 53-0. That's their 3rd straight shutout, man.
Watch out, they got a little streak.
They got a streak going, exactly. Goshen 63, Kinston 19. Man, Goshen, since we called their game, buddy, they just been smashing everybody.
Think about the game that we called. They played a great first and second quarter.
Oh, heck
They
yeah,
just tripped over their own feet in the 3rd and 4th quarter. But you're right. Ever since then, it's been an offensive deluge.
Exactly. Zabeker Andrews rushed for 212 yards on 15 carries. Also, he had 4 tackles defensively. It improves Goshen to 4-2. Jamari McClure rushed 123 yards on 15 carries, also caught a touchdown. Peyton Stamey was 3 for 5 rushing for 58 yards and 3 touchdowns. And besides the 2 TD passes to McClure, Stamey also connected with Tyler McClendon, our little buddy, on a 26-yard touchdown pass.
I tell you what, when we were down there doing that game, I was just screaming, "Throw it to McClendon," because he seemed like he had his guy beat a lot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Catholic at Pike Lib. This was Pike Lib Larks is 0-4, hosting the number 1 418
Just
ranked.
outman.
And let me tell you something.
Outman.
I'm calling that coach out at Catholic. You go up 14-0 in less than 2 minutes, and you kick an onside kick. That's classless, buddy. And I'm calling you out right here on our show. That was horrible. You don't do that to teams. And one day, buddy, I don't know if you'll still be coaching at Catholic or wherever, people remember stuff like that. You don't do that to a team. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rant. But anyway.
You good. Now we had heard that he was going to keep the starters in the entire
game
and not run the clock.
And try to do 100 and all the
right.
That's just classless, man. But it's coming. It'll come back, man.
What goes around
comes around, buddy.
Mark it down.
All right, Pike County at Headland. Neil, our man Ian Foster, had another kickoff return, buddy. 90 yards with 5 minutes left in the game to seal the 18-13 win over a pretty good Headland team this year, you know. And I forgot to mention, he also ran back a punt 60 yards.
Bulldogs already filled
us in. But, hey, baby, Ian Foster, you're our player of the week.
Get it, Ian Foster.
Marco's Pizza. Just call, tell them your name, and they will let you in, buddy.
Large Marco's Pizza, just like Wally said. Give them a call. Tell them you're the Sports Chat with Neil and Wally Pizza winner of the week, and you can go by and pick it up free of charge.
Exactly. And listen, that's our stats for the week, but I tell you what, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll come back, and we're going to run down some scores, and then we're going to do the Beat Wally contest, so you don't want to leave until you hear all this good stuff. Be right back.
Hey, Wally, what you guys out here in this field for?
Neil, I finally bought a brand new boat.
A boat, man. Show it to me. Look at that. What? Got it on Facebook. Facebook?
Yes, sir.
The USS Alabama?
Yes, I got to get some insurance.
Well, you're going to need to call the Grease Agency. They sell insurance on everything. How you going to get it back to Troy?
You got a trailer, don't you?
I don't got a trailer. I hope you didn't buy any beachfront property in Arizona on Facebook. Call Grease Agency for all your insurance needs.
Man, what in the world? You just ain't T-bone me right here. What the heck? Playing with fidget spinner?
Wally, did you have a wreck?
Mr. Wally?
Man, this girl right here is playing with this fidget spinner, texting on the phone and T-bone me right here in the parking lot. About to go pay my speeding ticket.
Right here at the police station?
Yeah.
Well, luckily at the police station, we can just call All-Star Collision 808-8822. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. Can I have the fidget spinner back?
Yeah, you can
Please,
have it.
Mr. Wally. Thank
All she's
you.
worried about is a fidget spinner. Call All-Star Collision for all your accidents. 808-8822.
You gained donuts?
Oh man, what a nice day with the windows down. Yeah, cruising right along, man. Just running around Troy.
Hey man, what's that smell?
What do you mean? That's Hook's Barbecue, man.
Oh, that's
Hook.
Hooks? Oh, I'm going to Hooks, brother.
Oh my God, hold on. Good Lord, what in the world?
Hooks, baby.
Good Lord, help us all. He about killed us. Good gracious.
Neil, call Jason Jones.
What is it?
Out of oxygen, man.
Oxygen? You got your snorkeling device right there. What do you mean you're out of oxygen?
Oh, all this is to show people where you are, man.
What's that? Why do you can breathe through that?
I need to call Jason.
Unbelievable. Jason, can you bring some oxygen from Jones Medical Supply down to St. Andrews State Park at the jetties? Wally needs some oxygen. Call Jason Jones for all your oxygen needs.
Moving on up to the big time.
What's going on, Monopoly man?
Oh man, Neil, I have
You got money going everywhere.
I have bought up every bit of Troy, Alabama, but I'm missing a few spots right down here. Who can I call?
Man, you need to call Toby and Dina Adams at the Alabama Real Estate Connection. They'll let you finish buying all of Troy and Pike County. They're the best agents in town. They will work the hardest to get you the best deal. Give them a call, 566-4765. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Hey, they're dealing at the Alabama Real Estate Connection. Hey, what's going on today?
Mr. Neal, do you know this guy? He comes here every day for breakfast and lunch.
This guy over here?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I do know it.
Man, look at the size of this chicken right here, man.
Oh my God, Wally, how many days in a row have you eaten here?
Every day, bro.
Come out to the Pig Cafe Monday through Friday, breakfast and lunch. The biggest cat head biscuits for breakfast and the crispiest fried chicken for lunch. Come out to the Pig Cafe.
Welcome back.
Night
And
fever.
you go sing. We didn't get a song ready.
We were just sitting
We
there
were sitting up here talking about high school football.
high school football, and we
And,
just sometimes get carried away with it.
But hey, let's run down the scores from last week real quick. And Dothan 43, Baker 15, Wetumpka 42, Greenville 21, Opp 23, Rehoboth 13, Andalusia 55, Bibb County 18, Geneva County 40, Geneva 33. Now we knew that was going to be we knew somebody had to win that one.
Yeah.
And Geneva County came out on top. Bullitt County with a big win over Red Level, 7-0. Daleville gets 3 in a row, 53-0 over Barber County. Goshen staying with the offensive explosion, 63-19 over Kinston. Houston Academy remains undefeated. They got strong coming up this week, 41-0 over Abbeville. Highland Home gets over Brantley by 1 point in the war of Crenshaw County, 28-27. And Crenshaw Christian gets the best of Hooper, 35-18.
And Eufaula traveled up to Pell City, beat them 54-35. Charles Simpson Thursday night, 26-14. Pike County 18, Heaven 13. Slocum 39, Ashford 20. Dale County 26, upset GW Long 22 at Long, baby.
Yeah.
Ayrton 28, Strong 14. Luverne 41, Calhoun 0. Shocker there. Zion Chapel 28, Pleasant Home 19. Catholic 56, Pike Little Art 0. Elba 40, Providence 7.
And Elba stays undefeated.
And Elba stays undefeated.
Now,
All right.
moving into the next week, Wally, and then let's call out the upcoming games for next
All
week
right, we
before
will.
you get into your pizza. And on my side, Brantley hosts Georgiana, and the second one you see on the Neal side is a typo. This is Enterprise hosts Prattville, not Rehoboth. Enterprise hosts Prattville. Bullitt County hosts Booker T. Washington. Dothan at Central Phoenix City. Houston Academy hosts Strawn. Crenshaw Christian is at Snook, and we figured out, and we found out they were
In Foley, Alabama.
Foley, Alabama. Goshen is at Barber County. Greenville hosts Headland. Daleville hosts Ashford, and Pike Liberal Arts is at Danville, and we don't know where Danville is.
Is Snook, is that a snail?
A Snook? I don't know. That's the
I
name.
think why would you
I
want to
think
be
it's a
called
little. I think it's a little.
a snail? I think it's a snail. But why would your mascot be a snail, a little turtle?
I don't know. I think Snook is the name of a community.
It's a fish.
It's a fish.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you, Nate.
look at big college man back there. Hey,
Snook, yeah.
that's okay.
Go ahead,
A
Nate.
Snook. All right. Thank you, my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
All right, Charles Simpson hosts Rehoboth. Eufaula hosts Carroll. Pike County at New Brockton. Geneva at Andalusia. Geneva County at Wicksburg. Zion Chapel hosts GW Long. Dale County hosts Slocum. Highland Home hosts Luverne. And Elba hosts Red Devil.
Dale County's at Slocum.
Dale County at Slocum. I'm sorry.
And now, tell us who won your contest last week.
Bubba again.
Double pizza.
Double pizza, brother. I hear you, man.
Bubba. Bubba's on fire, man.
He's on fire.
Did anybody even come close to him?
We had 4 to get the
Same amount?
the same amount, but he was the closest.
Without
He
going
was
over.
actually the one that came under. Everybody else went over, so automatic.
Yeah, a little word of advice. A lot of people are going over the points.
Way over.
You can't win if you're over. So
And if Bubba would have just put 1 point,
He'd have won.
He'd have won.
'Cause
Kind
he's
of
the
like
only
Price
one
is
under.
Right. If I ever got on Price is Right, I'd always
$1.
$1, Bob. $1, Bob.
$1, Bob.
I always wanted to do that.
$1.
$1. You always had that one guy,
Yeah.
$88.64. You ever notice they always came up to the microphone, $14.12?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, we love. Okay, all right. Let me tell you something. Let's back up a punt.
Before you get started with this week's games to pick,
yeah.
I think there's a little disclaimer about the hurricane.
Yes, we're going to go ahead and settle this right now. Listen, folks, sadly, there is a monster out right now about to be in the Gulf of Mexico, and they're thinking it's going to be a major hurricane by landfall Friday. Now, the last that we saw that it was turning more east, which is good for us in the panhandle, but think because even if it stays its course, we're going to get so much rain from this.
The bands
Of it come Friday morning. I think a lot of superintendents are going to try to push a lot of these games Thursday.
I bet they do.
So saying that, we're going to make a disclaimer and say, and I'm going to put them on tonight. I normally do it on Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on tonight. All these picks have to be in by Thursday.
Yeah.
Because again, there it is. See,
and hey, this could go anywhere, but it looks like we're going to get the outer bands, which is still going to just wash out the Friday night football.
Yeah, Friday. So and again, superintendents have to put those kids safety first, and you sure don't want to be on a bus on a squall line coming in.
And also, let's put this out here as another disclaimer. We're not telling you games are on Thursday.
Yeah,
We're predicting that might happen this week. So don't go run and tell everybody, Neil and Wally said the game's on Thursday night.
Guarantee you'll start getting calls. Hey, what in the world?
All right. Sorry,
okay, all right, here we go. First one and the total points. This is going to be the first one. Brantley hosts Georgiana.
And that'll be your total points game.
That's going to be it. And this is Georgiana is undefeated. I talked to one of the ladies at the conference, and she said, they probably have the best team they've ever had.
And they're going to Brantley?
They're going to Brantley.
Let's see.
Yeah. No, Brantley hosts
Georgiana. Yeah.
So that's going to be good. Brantley's coming off a slobber knocker, and I heard a couple players got hurt, so it's going to be
Brantley, Georgiana is not a given that you pick Brantley this time.
All right.
You got to think about that one.
Exactly. Here's another one you have to think about. Houston Academy.
Undefeated.
Is hosted a very powerful Strong.
Yep, they beat Pike County. Strong beat Pike County.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Prattville at Enterprise. That's going to be a good game. That's an even match game.
Even match 7A squads.
All right. Greenville hosts Headland. Headland is a good team. Greenville is down.
Greenville's down, but look, normally you would just pick Greenville and you'd be fine. Greenville beats Headland, but not this year. Headland could be ready for Greenville this year.
Exactly. And then we did Pike Liberal Arts at Danville. I do not know anything about Danville.
Right.
So we're going to give Pike Lib some love. Man, they win that game, you know.
Yeah, they may win it.
They may win it.
That's right.
And Delville host Ashford. So that's a good one. So we got 6 good games. That's probably going to be another point thing.
That's right.
$1, Bob.
$1, Bob.
Just remember that. I guarantee you somebody puts $1.
$1.
Well, hey, I think we up against one of our last commercial breaks. Let's go ahead and get it done.
Now I want to go on The Price is Right.
Yeah, I do, man. Spin that thing. Hey, we're going to take a commercial. We're going to be right back. We're going to wrap all this stuff up.
I could spin that.
Oh, I'd spin it upwards. That's what I'd do.
We'll be right back. What in the world, man? I come over to check on things. What are you doing trying to beat that bush up?
Neil, my trimmer battery went dead, so I had to get this bat and try to trim this up.
You're not going to be able to knock it out with a bat. You got to call professional bush trimmers like Blake Turner with Turner Mowing. 465-0600. Call Blake Turner. You're going to fall off that ladder, man. Just quit right now. Let's call Blake Turner. Hey, call Blake Turner 465-0600 for all your yard needs. Man, what's that noise? What are you doing with that air conditioner heating unit?
Deal, my air conditioner went out last night, and I'll tell you what, I watch YouTube, and I know how to do all this stuff now.
Look, Wally, this could be really dangerous, man. You need to call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling. 268-0917. Licensed, insured, and bonded. You need to call Matt Johnson, Wally.
Hey, Neil, what does this red thing do?
Don't pull on the red wire. That could be dangerous, man. What'd you do? Don't pull on that red wire. Good gravy. Now you've done it. Call Matt Johnson with Stone Cold Heating and Cooling. Wally, what are you doing in the cornfield, man?
Get some corn, dude.
Corn?
Yeah.
You can't get people's corn. That's against the law. Why don't you go to Piggly Wiggly on 231 on Greenot where it's fresh produce? Come on, man. Now, isn't this better? Air conditioning. Look at all this produce, man. Here we are at Piggly Wiggly on 231. Also, best butcher in Pike County, Reader's Choice 2020.
You know this guy?
Yeah, I know. Wally, what are you doing, man? What in the world?
Nice Bronco.
Why are you hugging the Bronco at Bill Jackson Ford?
Because I want a Bronco, brother.
Are you going to buy it?
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez. Well, you can't just be out here hugging vehicles. You got to talk to the salespeople. What are you doing?
Kicking the tire. You know they say you got to kick the tire before you buy a new one.
You guys kicking tires. Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama. Also, Bill Jackson Chevrolet across the street. Hey, they got new vehicles on the lot. Come see them.
Man, I'm up here at Southern Grill and Patio. Look at all these big green eggs, all these accessories, man. It's all you want with the big green eggs. Wally, Neil, look at the size of this big old green egg here, man. Look at this thing. Man, that's a big old green egg. You can't get a green egg that big unless you're a platinum green egg dealer like they are at Southern Grill and Patio. Check out this new store up here on Grundy Street, right next to Troy Cable, along with Town and Country. Come visit the new store, the new layout. Look at all these big green egg accessories over here. Come see them at the new location on Grundy Street. Get you a big green egg, because I'm going to get me one.
Love Foreigner, man.
Asia. Heat of the moment. All right, before we went to break, whoa. Before we went to break, you said if you were on The Price is Right, your strategy would be to throw the wheel up. Has anybody ever done it though?
I think so. And generation gap, but I didn't grow up with that guy. I don't know who that. Me and Neil had Bob Barker, Nate. This is your guy.
That's fine, but you want to spin it up, not down.
Spin it up,
Boy,
man.
probably all types of bells and whistles start or sirens and everything. You can't.
Let's
spin
get
it
on
up.
there. We could do our show from there too, man.
Unbelievable, man. Did we find out about Danville?
Yes, we did. Our great watcher and good friend, Chip Wallace.
Yeah, and sponsor.
The
Wallace
Danville Hawks are a Class 3A team located in Morgan County, just south of Decatur. They have one win on the season. Pikely, I'm
So that's
picking.
going to be that'll be a heck of a game to pick, right?
Yes,
there.
sir, baby. There we go.
There,
Bob.
Look.
Be $1, Bob.
Look, she did
But
it.
she did it. Look at that.
Look, and did he stopped it. He stopped
Oh,
it.
he stopped and said he couldn't
That
do
was
it.
illegal, see? I told you.
Look at
Bells,
that.
whistles, sirens. You can't go up. I knew it. You can't go. He's telling her right now.
He's
you can't
telling
go
her
up.
right now, Bob.
Anyway, yeah, that's right.
Nut
That's
cut
right.
your dog. Didn't he say, or not that? What did he say at the end? Neuter your dog.
Neuter your dog.
Every time at the end of the show. Take them out, folks.
I knew you couldn't spin it up. That's a foul.
Unbelievable, man. Well, thank you, Chip, for that.
Yeah,
If you need some
Danville.
pipe, definitely go to Wallace Pump Supply.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
folks. All right,
the
football.
Troy,
Let's get to
we got a little
football.
football. The Troy Trojans hosted the Thundering Herd of Marshall yesterday, and that's the same Marshall that beat Notre Dame on national TV 2 weeks ago. And Troy wins 16-7. Gunnar Watson, the quarterback, was 15 of 25 for 321 yards, and he threw one interception. D.K. Billingsley led the Trojans on the ground with 14 rushes for 85 yards. Kimani Vidal rushed it 9 times for 34 yards. The offense failed to score a touchdown, Walt.
Yeah.
Did not even score a touchdown, but the defense picked them up. They had a scoop and score.
Yep.
Right there. The Trojan defense had a scoop and score touchdown. And Troy travels to Western Kentucky next week. They'll be on ESPN3 at 6 p.m. Trojan, I'm telling y'all, I put it on my personal Facebook page, not Sports Chat. I felt something up in Boone. Them kids, they played with heart and laid it on the line for Coach Summerall up at App State. They could reel off several W's in a row right here. Watch out for them Troy.
Yeah,
Trojans.
you ain't kidding, buddy, because that could have easily been a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
And come back, tail
Right.
tuck.
Right.
Summerall had them pumped.
Yep.
Okay, Alabama hosted Vanderbilt and ran all over them 55-3. Bryce Young was 25 for 36 for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns. To me, he's just not having a good year.
Wally.
I mean,
Read that again. Read that stat line again.
he was
25 for 36.
6 for 385 yards.
385 yards and how many touchdowns?
4 touchdowns.
And that's not a good
Not
year.
a good. Last year, that'd have been almost double that. So
What do you mean, Wally?
I'm just telling you,
So you're saying his Heisman run for back-to-back is falling?
it's falling. To me, it is. I think so. All right, Jace McClellan led the Tide on the ground. He had 11 carries for 79 yards.
Who?
Chase McClellan.
Jace McClellan.
Yeah.
They get putting people in there we don't even know.
I
now.
know. He had 11. I'm just telling you. Alabama defense, check this out, man. They gave up 115 total yards. That's impressive in the air at 14 yards. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm sitting here all fat and giggly talking about it. They're gonna have a match against Arkansas next
think so?
week. Yes, sir. They got to travel to Hogville.
CBS 2:30 game.
Yeah. Yep.
So let me get this straight. Bryce Young is not having a good year.
Not having a good year.
That's what you're going with.
Dude, we already struggled one time.
25 of 36 for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns. What would have been good stats?
6 touchdowns, somewhere around that.
Chuck,
450
y'all help
yards.
me out, Chuck.
450 yards.
450 yards?
Yeah.
So he needs
Against a terrible team. Neil, he didn't even do good
Vanderbilt's
against Texas,
improved this year. You saying against Texas he didn't do good?
folks.
No, you ain't got to. I'm just telling you.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think with the flying fish.
I waited just for that one
I
moment.
got
I knew you were
I
gonna
got you.
fall for it,
I
man.
got you. I got
I
you.
love it, but
Hello.
anyway, yeah, they. I don't know. I'm just Chuck, and then they'll get on to me. But Vanderbilt's nobody, you know.
It is, but they're improved this year.
Now, if he does that against Arkansas, I'll come back on this show next Sunday night and say,
All right, you heard it, folks. If he throws for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns against Arkansas,
I'll do a push up on the floor down there. I'll do a push up.
oh gosh, please don't let him throw.
We can do
Hey, we got one more break. We got to get in. Producer Nate's on us about a break. So just pray that Alabama just barely wins next week, and we'll be right back for our last segment.
Breaker 19, I got cleared for a takeoff in Troy.
Whoa, Mr. Neal.
Yeah.
Mr. Neal, what is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. Well, you don't have a pilot's license. I've already told you. I'm sorry, ma'am. Look,
Oh, my
you got a
goodness.
CDL license. You need to call Tyler Transport at 566-7474. They're hiring every day. Those beautiful 18-wheeler rigs got those glide packages. Call Tyler Transportation if you need a job driving.
Here I come,
Get out of here. Good gravy. Hey, what are you doing, man? What in the world? What's happening? Unbelievable. Back up. Back up. Put it in reverse. Put it in reverse.
I need a mechanic.
Unbelievable. What have you done in there that caused all that smoke?
I watched a YouTube video.
Unbelievable. You got to take the thing to Road Mart where they know how to fix vehicles, a mechanic. Take the vehicle to Road Mart on 231 North. Don't be like Terry, Wally. 566-3413, Road Mart, 231 North in Troy. What are you doing in the surgery room at Southern Animal Hospital? Pet Resort.
I'm about to circumcise this dog.
Man, don't circumcise that dog. Let Dr. Steve Barron help you with the spade and neuter process. Give him a call. Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort, 770-1838. You got to be a medical professional and board certified to perform these kind of dog procedures on surgery. Give him a call. Southern Animal Pet Hospital Resort. It's so good to be back at Preston. I'm so hungry. I'm hungry too. You ready? What are you doing?
Kelly Taylor.
What are you doing? Wally, that's somebody's food.
What kind of nut are you?
I'm so sorry. He gets in a trance when we come to Preston. I apologize. He is a nut job. Hey, snap out of it, man. Oh, that's not yours.
Oh, we're Preston's on.
Come out to Preston's and get your own Kaylee Taylor. Man, hey, what are you not coming in to get some Crow's chicken and brundage?
I need some nugget sauce, man.
I'd like a nugget dinner with extra sauce and roll. Don't worry about him. He's all hanging up in the door.
Lord bless it. Nugget dinner.
We're going to eat it here. Crow's and brundage.
Frozen brundage. Well, hey there, Mr. Wally. How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. How'd you get in here?
I better not tell you.
They don't even open till 4.
Well, I'm waiting to hear Mr. Lenny Traver play, and I'm going to give him one of these bad boy steaks that they won an award for.
Best steak in the state. Also, best catfish awards a couple years in a row. Hey, my personal favorite is the fried shrimp and the cheese grits. Also, not mentioning the cheese biscuits that come out before the meal. You're going to love that.
I know.
And a little live music, like you said, Mr. Lenny Traver, you can't beat it down at the old barn in Goshen, Alabama. Come see them.
Come see us.
Midnight Star.
No.
Midnight Star.
Midnight Star.
Yeah.
Midnight Star was in the early 80s.
I don't know who that one is, man.
I can't help myself. You ready for this one?
Yeah,
The Fine Young Cannibals.
I've heard of them before.
You heard of them?
Yes.
Now, they were one-hit wonders. They were one-hit wonders, and that was their one hit. But the Fine Young Cannibals. That was a weird name for a band, I always thought. But anyway.
You wake up on Sunday morning before you go to church and just think of one zinger, one hit wonders. Get me. I know that's what you do.
I already told you I listened to the satellite radio and they play that crazy music, and I write it down because I can't remember all this music. Anyway, hey, Auburn hosted Missouri yesterday, and I'm going to say it, they came out with a win. They did. They won 17-14 in overtime, and Robbie Ashford, the quarterback, was 12 for 18 for 127 yards. That's not as good as Bryce Young, Wally. Not as good. And no touchdowns and no interceptions, though. He did rush it 14 times for 46 yards, and he did have a rushing touchdown, though, so that's something. Tank Bigsby rushed the ball 19 times for 44 yards and a touchdown. Jaquez Hunter rushed it 7 times for 13 yards. Auburn's got LSU next week at home, and that'll be the 6 p.m. ESPN game. And Wally, Auburn's 3-1. Let me just tell you Auburn's next 6 games. You ready?
Throw them at me, buddy.
You ready? LSU. Then they get a break from the SEC West.
Okay.
They get a game break from the SEC West.
Good. Who
They
got?
jump over to the East. They play Georgia, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M.
My Lord.
They get a break from the West. They play Georgia. They come over from the East.
I got a feeling those last couple games are going to be 11 a.m. kicks. They may even push one back to Thursday. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, Neil, I'm just not sure Harson's going to make it through the year.
I'm with you, man. That stretch of games I just called out is just brutal. But maybe, just maybe, hey, we ought to be pessimistic like James Sparrow. They may can beat LSU. They may can beat Mississippi State. They may can. All right, so let's just hang in there with them.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Georgia doesn't beat Kent State as bad as everyone thought. 39-22.
They didn't.
I mean, good gracious. Let me tell you this. You want to give you my 3 games I picked for John and Barry?
Yeah,
Pick
throw them
3.
out here. What'd you go, 0-3?
0-3. Oklahoma, loser. Georgia, loser. Auburn, loser. 0-3, back-to-back now.
Oh, I'm calling John and Barry in the morning.
Unbelievable,
I'm calling.
man.
I don't normally call John and Barry. Don't bother him. I usually just text him. But I'm calling him in the morning.
Something's got to give. I may do pull Johnny Bulldog and just not call no more. But anyway, Michigan barely beats Maryland 34-27. Maryland was winning that game.
Yeah, they were, and they got Tua's brother up there.
Yeah, he
His
got
name
hurt.
was Talia.
Yeah, he got hurt.
You think that would have made a difference?
I do. I mean, he's been pretty good this year.
Yeah, and Ole Miss didn't look all that sporty yesterday either. They skirt by Tulsa 35-27, and Kentucky did the same. They skirt by Northern Illinois 31-23. So, you know, Bryce Young didn't have a good game. This Auburn barely wins, but hey, they get a W. There's a lot of teams that just got a W.
Just got a W, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, one team that got a W, a big W, Kansas State. They upset number 6, Oklahoma,
They sure
41-34. I watched a couple of those, couple quarters of the game. Let me tell you, Kansas State was just beating them down.
They
man.
had their.
Good.
I mean, they were running that ball right at them.
I mean, Oklahoma couldn't answer. Oregon scored 29 points in the fourth quarter to come from way behind to beat Washington State. And I heard Auburn's old quarterback had a good game.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah.
Wally, 29 points in the fourth quarter. They were getting.
Wow.
Yeah.
And y'all got rid of Bo Nix, didn't you?
We didn't get rid of him. He got rid of us.
Oh, he got rid of y'all.
Yeah, he
Okay.
transferred from
Okay.
Auburn to Oregon. So,
All right, there you go.
Tennessee remains undefeated. How about old Rocky Top up there? They hold on and beat Florida up in Knoxville 38-33.
Whew, and Bama's got to go to Knoxville.
Oh, Rocky Top.
Don't they have to go to?
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Man, and I think, what's his name? He's undefeated, Corso on his
Lee Corso on his helmets?
On his helmets.
on his mascot helmet.
Mascot helmets.
I
yeah.
got you, man.
All right, Clemson needed overtime to beat Wake Forest. What is up, Clemson? Something's not jiving with them.
All the talk on game day was how good Clemson's defense was.
Oh yeah, that's all they were talking about.
They gave up 45 points to Wake.
The Wake Forest, Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee go to Miami.
Listen at this one.
Beat the Kings in a huge upset, 45-31. The folks were saying Miami was back. Need to consider, buddy.
You better reconsider if you were one of those saying the Miami Hurricanes was back, because they ain't back.
Nah, bro.
Hey, some big games this week real quick. Georgia at Missouri, Troy at Western Kentucky, Auburn hosts LSU, Alabama at Arkansas. Ole Miss hosts Kentucky. That's going to be a good one, Wally.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan hosts Iowa. Hey, the Braves are in the playoffs again this year. We appreciate you tuning in. Keep it cool. We'll see you next week, folks.
See ya.
Have a good week.